DBSCG things.
What's up, Yuhp gang? It's your boy Taxon, and welcome back to Yuhp DBSCG Things, and today we're bringing you another very exciting deck profile, guys. This is going to be one that was asked for many times in the comments, so I thought I would go get it and bring it to you guys. With that being said, this is Gohan. But before we get into it, guys, I do want to say if you want to custom mats and or sleeves, absolutely check out Promats. This is the best place to go get your custom card needs. Links in the description as usual. And also on the screen now you can see that they're holding a monthly tournament via Discord at the second weekend of every single month with some great prizing here. You can come win some Promat mats, TCG metal leaders, and also some booster boxes. So if this is something you're interested in, use the links in the description below to go to this Discord and join it. With that being said, guys, if you guys enjoyed this deck or my content in general, remember to hit all those buttons for me. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss a video. And with that being said, guys, we will spin it around and dive in. Alrighty, you guys, and here we are with the deck. This is the Sun Gohan deck that was asked for by many of you guys in the comments below. So go ahead, man, tell us about your deck and your matchups today.
Oh, I appreciate people want to see my very amazing decks, said sarcastically. Anyway, yeah, so Red Gohan, I've done this before, so I'm not going to go too in-depth, but basically he has an auto once per turn. When you combo Universe 7, you get to draw a card. He has an Awaken, specified cost of 2 or less Unison, or you're at 4 or less life. Flip over, draw 2, or draw 1, untap 1, go down to 5 life with the Unison. On this side, he has the same thing, where you combo a Universe 7, you draw a card, and then he has an auto Spirit Boost one, that when you combo a skillless card, you can get +6 to that combo. Then he has also has an auto where if your Unison dies, you can play a skills from your drop area. Honestly, that doesn't come up very often, but it's nice that is an option. So, to start off with the deck, this is a card that there is no debating it. You have to run 4 of. One drop Gohan. He has an auto when he's played, top 5 search for Universe 7. 4 costs or less, or Unison specified cost of 2. And then when you combo with the skillless, you get to draw a card. So basically, you're using your skilllesses constantly just to keep getting draws cycling through your deck. This deck goes through cards very fast, which is why it's also a higher count list. I think it's almost 60 cards. So yeah, this card, you need this turn 1. You mulligan for this turn 1. If you don't get it turn 1, you sit there and cry like me. This is an Android 18 that does basically the same thing as Gohan minus the drawing when you combo, so it's just another searcher because you need to see Gohan or your Unison as well. So it's very important. It's a promo card. You don't need it, but it is a really good card. Next we got our skilllesses, Super Saiyan Goku and Broke Neck Goku. You need them for combo fodder, and then you can play them if your Unison dies. Again, that hardly ever comes up, but these are very important. Now, these cards are basically the same thing, Android 18 and Android 17. When you combo and you only have a skillless in your combo area, you get another draw, so more cycle power, very good. The other skills on him really does not matter. 2 copies of the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, also known as the Mortgage. He's board control. If they have a bunch of stuff on board, just pay 3, get rid of everything 20k or less, or you can pay 2, send him the drop from your hand, and you can neg something 25k, ignoring barrier. So it is a very good card. Unfortunately, one of my matchups today, I did not see it, or everything he had was just high enough to where it would not die. So I have depression. One of the cards that came out in the Rumble of the Gods booster, I think. The Android 17, he has Double Strike as a Sparking 7. When he attacks, you can look up to the 3 cards on the top of your deck, add a Universe 7 card, and then put the others 2 to the bottom. And then he comes out for 1 energy if you have 5 or more Universe 7 in your drop. So this card is amazing in this deck. It does so much for 1 energy, and honestly, if this deck is going to get hit, or the Universe 7 Goku is going to get hit, I should say, this card is going to be the one to go. 2 copies of this 4-drop Vegeta. I played him like twice, I think, in total, the entire time I played this deck. He has Deflect Critical. When he comes in, draw a card, neg 2 things, 15, ignoring barrier, and he can come in for 2 energy when you have 10 or more U7s. I hardly ever play the card, but it is nice to have some barrier removal.
Can I ask you real quick?
Go ahead.
Move on with these 2 cards. How early do you normally turn on those effects to play them?
Usually, well, again, this one, he doesn't come up. Getting 10 U7s in, and it being a 2 energy investment, it really doesn't come up very often. But for him, turn 3. Like, turn 3, I almost always have enough in my drop. Maybe I won't have enough for the Sparking 7, but I'll have him to come out to be a searcher. Because usually I play him, ideally, turn 1, Gohan, turn 2, Unison. And then on turn 2 as well, when I untap the energy from Awakening, I can play this because I'll usually have 5 U7s in my drop. So I'll always get a search off of it. Won't be double strike, but it doesn't usually need to be. But yeah, the Vegeta, again, just it's a good card, but I just don't ever get the opportunity to play it. Next, we got Sengoku Divine Presence. I don't think a lot of people know what this card does, but on the off chance you somehow don't, deflect dual attack. It can't be gotten rid of on your turn unless you're playing against red. You cry.
It can't get got on your turn?
It can't get gotten rid of on your turn. I can't speak. Don't make fun of me,
It can't get got on your turn.
Taxon makes fun of me and bullies me. He has auto once per turn when he attacks. He gains 5k. Search for skills from your deck. That is fantastic. And then he comes out for 2 when you combo 2 or more red cards. So
that's pretty clutch, being able to replace the skill list that you used to essentially just arrive him into play anyway. So it really only costs you 1 combo from hand to get him into play. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and you can do it defensively too. So sometimes they'll attack me with my Unison. I can combo from drop, combo 1 other card, and then he'll come into play and make my leader 20k for the turn.
Hey, that's actually really smart too, because that way you're actually not losing any skill lists from hand. You may combo the 1, but you get it back the moment you play that guy out. So it's pretty spicy.
And again, him being just a 20k dual attack, he'll actually be 25 or 30 on the turn he's played, depending on when you played him. So he's a really strong card. One of the best cards red has, honestly. This is one of my main finishers, the Sengoku Ultra Mastery. Card art's beautiful. Deflect, double strike, dual attack. Then he has an auto once per turn, sparking 20 when he attacks. You can look at your opponent's hand and get rid of something 7 or less, I believe. And yeah, that's just super strong. He comes out for 4 energy if you have 10 or more, use 7 in your drop. So he's really good. Also, when he's played, when you do it with that, you neg the entire your opponent's board 35k, not ignoring barriers, so that is a little unfortunate, but you're getting a deflect double duel that rips a card from your opponent's hand. Can I complain? I will.
And it's an 8 drop, so it's like not many counters in this game are touching that guy.
Frieza isn't hitting it. Trunks obviously isn't hitting it because of the deflect. It's an insanely good card. It does suck though against blue when they have the bo Unison. That's what happened against my last round because the Gamma 1 and 2 played the bo Unison. I didn't have many cards left in my hand at that point. That was rough. So bo Unison almost just kind of counters this deck, which is a little sad, but it's still. He's a fantastic card in every other scenario. Secret Rare, Vegeta, win games when your opponent has 1 life, basically. He has dual attack, triple strike. The dual attack is based on sparking 5. He comes in, negs your opponent's leader by 5k for the turn, and then he has an active main, get rid of him. Get rid of everything, including Unisons on your opponent's side, ignoring barrier, and they have to crit a life. So I don't think the Secret Rare does enough. Honestly, I think it needs Victory Strike, but that's just me.
No, it doesn't do enough. We wouldn't pay 4 for that.
Nope. Counterplay 17. If you know the joke, you know the joke. He comes in, negs 2 things, 15 off the counter. And he's free. He's the free counterplay for red. If people don't know what it does, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. I'm very tired right now, in case no one can tell. 2 Champas because I want to kill my opponent, and it helps me do that. Give thing double strike. That's good.
And a deck that naturally combos at least 1 to 2 cards in almost every single
This
attack.
plus Divine Presence. It's like, oh hey, I hope you don't mind my 40k double strike that's coming at your face right now. Oh, you didn't have a counter? Damn, that's sad. So yeah.
Absolutely.
4 not shiny super combos. The fact they're not shiny makes me want to cry, but that's besides the point. Since you awaken, when you awaken, you go to 5 or less. This super combo becomes live very easily. It's 0 plus 10 draw card. It's just great.
And of course, like it does trigger your other effects, so it can be a draw 2.
Yep, it's a draw 2. Basically, if you don't have your leader effect on, it's great. My other secret rare, I'm still salty they limited this card. I know why they did it. I'm not happy about it. The Piccolo Jr. Unison, auto when your opponent counters, you can kill something there's 15k or less. That actually would have been really helpful in my last round against Gamma 1 and 2, but I could not find him. Thanks, Bandai. +1, draw a card, -2, choose one of your guys that's 3 costs or less. Whatever their power is, everything on your opponent's side that has the same or less power dies. And then he gains Rejuvenate, but I have never used that in this deck at all. It just doesn't come up. But it's just a +1. It's a fantastic Unison that I wish I could run more of. But because I can't run more of now, I'm going to play the Frieza Unison that came out with this deck. This Unison has auto once per turn when Spirit Boost happens, and it's your turn, which that's something I had to keep in mind because I did forget at one point, like last week when I was testing with a friend. Neg something 10 when the Spirit Boost happens. As a +1, choose one of your skills in your drop area, put it at the bottom of your deck. You don't usually actually send anything, just because you want stuff in your drop area to get your 17, your Vegeta, and the big UI Goku live.
Very helpful in your mill matchups as well.
Very. It gives you extra options. And then on your opponent's turn when they attack for the plus or minus 0, you get to combo with skills from drop area. If you have that and the leader skill, the leader skill and the Gohan in play, you are literally just getting a +2 for this existing. So it is extremely nice. So it helps get your deck cycling. That's what this deck is about, really. It's about cycling, and then you get your big plays and make maybe your opponent cry. Speaking of making them cry, they have a bunch of 20Ks. They can't attack now. Violent Ray, counter, discard, nice 20Ks. They can't attack. Get wrecked, nerd.
Get wrecked.
4 after image technique. Since you're putting a lot of stuff in your drop area, this card is fantastic for stopping your opponent from killing you, because they try to do that. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Take a life, plus 40 something on your side, minus 10 something on their side. It's just a great card. And then this card should probably be run at 2. I love that I say that every time I do a deck. This should probably be more. I don't know why it's at 1, but it's at 1. Testing opposition. Take the life.
I would argue
blocker.
that to be a 2 or 3 of, because your leader does put yourself at 5 when you awaken. So this card is live on turn.
That is 100%
live on
fair.
turn 2. So
But honestly, I've still seen it every game. It is so because of how much this deck
and
draws.
honestly, you are true. This deck is a filter machine.
Yeah, it's like you will go through your entire deck. If you're playing against Cooler Mill, I wish you luck, my brother, because you will not have a good time when they are milling you out. But otherwise, no, this card's great. But again, I see it. I will say one thing that I'm thinking will probably need to be added to this deck. I'm going to probably take one of these out and put in, and possibly rearrange some other ratios, put in King Vegeta's Imposing Presence, because, again, part of the issue I had with the Gamma 1 and 2, it's a bunch of 15k bodies that are attacking, so Violent Rays can't stop it. I don't run Topo, so I can't use those to stop the onslaught of death. So that, considering the fact that you can play it for free, possibly, if you're at 3 or less life, it can just help stem the flow of stupidity that low brown decks play. Like this one scrub here plays Metacooler. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's got to be the worst player though. That's all I know. So you definitely need that against Metacooler. Taxon's dying behind camera. It's fantastic. But yeah, that is pretty much the U7 Gohan deck. This deck's great. It's a lot of fun.
All right, you want to talk about some of your matchups really quickly?
I have to remember things. Well,
four of those bad boys today.
That is true, man. First round was against Yellow Namekians. I went... It was a pretty standard matchup. I had counterplays and stuff to make sure he didn't get too much going. And then when it got to the final turn, I had Android 17. I swung with it. He had 2 life and got it to 136,000.
Oh my god.
It's like
15k Android 17?
Yeah, it got to 136,000. My hand was at like 25 cards. So it's like super combo, super combo, super combo, skillless, draw, and then they were dead. That's just how it went. Alrighty. If they had Final Flash, I just now thought about that. Jesus, that would have been the worst thing ever. I would have taken the L gladly though. It's like fair. Second round was against Great Priest.
I dumped like 150 plus on a swing on Yellow Namekians.
And it's
and
like,
I was like, please don't have Final Flash.
It's like final. Oh shit. Second round was against Great Priest. Great Priest is the #1 deck in the format. If you don't think so, like honestly, I don't know what to tell you. I ended up giving the opponent the win towards the end, just because I wanted Great Priest to go all the way. He's my buddy. But that was a fun matchup. I got Android 17 in that matchup up to like 111k because Android 17 does way too much.
Literally.
Third round was against Starter Cell.
Or even GT.
That matchup is a little tricky because obviously this Gohan is the most important piece in the deck. They can kill it so easily. So you need to go into it expecting that this Gohan is going to die every time on your opponent's turn. And even on your turn, because you're going to swing, they're going to Dormant, Shocking Death Ball or something, so you don't even get your skills. So you just kind of need to play it differently. Like if you're going first, do not start with this Gohan. Play 18 if you can. You want to keep this guy as much as you can and constantly be replaying it so you can try to get value out of it. Because then at least at that point, even if they're getting rid of it, they're burning resources to do it. So you can at least try to break somewhat even. It's not an easy matchup, though.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, absolutely.
Is it the OG one?
Yeah, it's
green. Green in general is going to be a
green.
rough
Yeah,
matchup.
green. Getting rid of all your stuff is gonna suck, and it's like the same thing with blue, where it's like they play the big Boo Unison, you're kind of in a shit spot. There's really not much you can do about it except try to get rid of the Unison. During my last matchup against Game 1-2, which I guess I'll talk about, I was kind of playing on the back foot a lot of the time against your boy Junie over here. And, well, yeah, once he got that big Unison out, I played my secret rare Vegeta to get rid of it. I couldn't swing with him because if I swing, then Boo just gets rid of it anyways. Then on the next turn, he played another one. So it's like, well, that's a L1/2. So there's real rough. Yeah, an L1/2. It's like an L and an I leech.
Alrighty. So with that being said, that was your matchups. Do you have any final shoutouts?
Shout out to my nerd friends who like to give me shit, and just shout out to everyone who supports the worst player. I appreciate it. It makes me feel better about myself. And I shout out to this Super 17 that I got thrown at me. It's pretty cool. It's shiny.
Shiny.
And shout out to you guys, obviously.
Alrighty, so with that being said, guys, that was the Gohan deck profile. If you guys enjoyed this list, remember to hit all those buttons for me, like, comment, subscribe, show this man some love in the comments. And with that being said, we will see you guys next time.
Upside down heart. Love you all.